The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TV1 News. I'm Carol Kidu Jr.
And I'm Rex Litter. I'll join you later in the Bulletin for Sports.
This reinforcement from Lae has arrived in Madang last night to assist provide security to Madang as the town came to a standstill yesterday following the killing of a police officer. The killing spurred further violence, with opportunists taking advantage of the tension and looting shops and properties at will. Madang Governor Ramsey Pariwa says Madang police have been compromised and want the provincial police commander to be replaced immediately. In a media conference jointly hosted by the Governor Ramsey Pariwa and member for Usinobundi Jimmy Uguro, they said priority now was to restore normalcy to the town and ensure the town is safe again for the people to use. The reinforcements called in last night from Lae will be increased if need be. The members condemned the actions that transpired over the last 2 days, leading to a total breakdown of law and order in the province. They called on relatives of the deceased police officer and others not to take the law into their own hands, instead allow police to do their job. They said damaging properties resulting in people living with fear are criminal acts and should be stopped. No real motive has been established yet for the killing of the officer and will be established once investigations are completed. The police officer's killing comes just days after a young man from Bognia was killed in the heart of the town after he came and sold his cash crops worth 15,000 kina. He was followed by thugs who stole his money and killed him. Many businesses and properties sustained damages in yesterday's melee, including the governor's office and the residential property of dismissed member for Madang, Brian Kramer. Meantime, Madang town was quiet today as police continue to monitor the town and work to return back to normal. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News. The activities of the last 2 days has prompted the Governor Ramsey Pariwa to look into the possibility of an eviction. The governor stated that whilst the Madang people have allowed for different ethnicities to come into the province and conduct businesses and work, there are minority groups breeding thugs posing safety concerns for Madang locals and citizens. The body of Day MP late Stephen Pim was laid to rest on Wednesday, October 25, 2023 at his village in Gumanch, Western Highlands Province. Late Pim, who was a first-term MP serving the people of Day district when he passed away on September 24, 2023.
It was a heartbreaking moment for the people of Gumanch as their MP made his way back to the village on a chopper in a casket. People from 52 council wards gathered at Gumanch to pay their respects to their leader whom they elected to parliament in the 2022 national elections. Late Stephen Pim was described as a man of vision by guests who were given the opportunity to make a few short statements. In his short term in Parliament and while sitting in the opposition benches, Pim had been in the process of upgrading the road to Muglap LLC and was lighting up Gumanch with solar power system when he passed away. He was a hard-working public servant and held advisory roles with 3 different political parties in different years before becoming an MP. Pim, who was born on September 16, 1972, passed on at the age of 51, leaving behind his wife, 4 children, and 2 grandchildren. His son Jeremiah Pim described his dad as a leader who had a vision to change the district. Late Pim was the second MP from the People's National Congress Party to pass on after late Maprik MP Gabriel Caprice. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The central bank is also predicting a negative impact on domestic economic growth due to the slowdown in global financial markets, tighter financial conditions, and an escalation of geopolitical tensions combined with lower production of extractive exports in PNG.
September 2023 monetary policy statement also indicated that scheduled maintenance on the LNG plant site and the continued closure of Pogera gold mine are expected to weaken domestic growth. However, on the upside, the agriculture, forestry, fisheries or AFF sector and the services sector are expected to drive growth. The increase in AFF is driven by increased production of palm oil, cocoa, copra, and copra oil. Growth in the information and communication technology industry is driven by a new entrant in the telecommunications market. The finance and insurance sector will be driven by continued business activity, while the transportation and storage sector is expected to grow, reflecting increased demand for domestic travel and cargo haulage. Higher government spending will also support activities in the non-mineral sector and contribute to the overall growth. Based on these expected developments, the bank projects GDP to grow by around 2.5% in 2023, a downward revision from 3.2% in the March 2023 MPS. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Meantime, Papua New Guinea's real gross domestic product, or GDP, is expected to grow at around 2.5% in 2023, a little lower than the 3.2% projected in March 2023 monetary policy statement. The bank expects short-term growth to be driven by the non-mineral sector, offsetting a decline in the mineral sector largely caused by lower production. However, a projected decline in international commodity prices from a slowdown in the global economy will also affect the PNG domestic economy. BPNG sees growth picking up in both the mineral and non-mineral sectors in 2024. The bank's projection for the overall balance of payments is for it to be in deficit in 2023, driven by a deficit in the financial account, which more than offsets a surplus in the current and capital account. The gross foreign reserves are projected to decline in 2023, affected by increased monthly interventions by the bank and government payments to service its external debt. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, let's raise family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite reminds. Tennessee Cola, scale rise on scale price. Tennessee Cola, scale rise on scale price. Amber, you like it?
More clean, more So sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Add the kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumu too. Sip, sip, da mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Ton, 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 hino, ton, ton.
Nihi Momo. If you can't stop thinking about the Hino range of trucks, then you better drive one today. Hino.
Ton, ton.
Drop goal attempts, and it's there!
Good hands. Jareen Buller comes steaming on when he's up against Yoka, and he had absolutely no chance. Try. Kicks for Stags. It's a one play, and Tony gets a try. He gets a pass away. Great work, Johnston lays it in right on half line.
Acknowledge me!
Oh, a Samoan spike! With a phenomenal forearm! The women's champion Asuka is in the ring on SmackDown.
You're looking at the judge, the jury, and the executioner right now.
Welcome back. Southern Cross Assurance donated a prestigious FA-30 sailing vessel named Instinct to the sailing division of the Royal Papua Yacht Club recently. Chairperson and owner of SCA, Roxanne Undi, made the donation and was happy to assist the club in its training exercise to train new sailors. The Royal Papua Yacht Club, located in Port Moresby, has been a hub for water sports enthusiasts, particularly sailing, with its sailing division actively participating in sailing events from February to November each year. The yacht club's rich history dates back to 1921, and they have consistently sponsored young Papua New Guineans. Through their cadet program, they train over 40 registered cadets annually in 3 classes: Optis, Lasers, and Hobby 16.
Happy to be here to present this sailing boat to the Port Moresby Royal Port Moresby Yacht Club for their sailing exercise and maybe training a few sailors and stuff like that. So we're happy to donate this boat, as I said. You can see a beautiful picture there, and I'm hoping that we can have more of that. We can win more championships through this. It's, as I said, we Southern Cross. We're happy to associate ourselves and participate in the sailing program that's happening, and we will try and see if we can support in the future as well.
In recognizing the work of volunteers, Southern Cross also presented gifts and funding of 2,000 kina to Rizwan Khan for the work he has contributed to the yacht club and country in the sailing field.
Instinct, the vessel, has actually got quite a proud history within not just yachting, but up here in Papua New Guinea and abroad. Owned by the late Peter Sharp, who was on the executive committee as well here. Instinct won a number of races throughout the early 80s, mid-80s. It's truly an absolute honour for Southern Cross Assurance to present this to us back to the club today. I can assure the chairman and the company that we will obviously look after it and use it for a lot of the training moving forward with our cadets and with Papua New Guineans that we like to bring in with our Learn to Sail courses. It's an ideal yacht for such. So thank you so much, Chairman.
Instinct, the Far 30 sailing vessel, has a storied history, with the yacht club securing numerous victories in sailing races and club championships. Its images in full sail glory are iconic around the yacht club. In 2017, Instinct triumphed in the Cairns to Port Moresby Coral Sea Rally, bringing home the trophy. The vessel is widely recognized and respected within the yacht club sailing community. Accepting this remarkable donation was the club general manager Aaron Batts. Given its design as a racing yacht, Instinct is expected to be a valuable addition to the RPYC fleet, providing comprehensive training for both skippers and crew members. Recently established East New Britain Pacific Region Skilled Workforce Limited now has a board in place to oversee the company's functions in fostering workforce development in the country. The new board, comprising 5 members, was sworn in during a dedication service early this week in Kokopo.
The newly constituted board of directors comprises of dedicated individuals with diverse expertise in various industrial sectors that will play a pivotal role in guiding PRSWL towards its mission of facilitating quality recruitment, training and placement in both domestic and international labor market. Members of the board include Dominic Rangan, Chairman, Jose Robin, Deputy Chairman, Jerry Talvaka, Board Member, Ashley August, Board Member, and Lady Marama J.C. Lova, Board Member representing women, youth and churches. Dominic Rangan, in his maiden speech as the board chairman, said the newly appointed board of directors are excited to take on the role and are committed to working tirelessly to fulfill PRSWL's mission, as the board's collective experience, dedication and vision will steer the organization towards greater success in serving the labor work market. PRSWL is poised to bring about positive changes in the employment landscape, ensuring that businesses and industries have access to a skilled and talented workforce and that individuals are given opportunities to excel in their careers. PRSWL's mission is centered on enhancing employment opportunities, fostering workforce development, and promoting economic growth in Eastern Britain Province and PNG as a whole. President of Eastern Britain Workforce Association Incorporated, Abraham Bobo Tamai, in congratulating the board, said PRSWL, as a business arm of Eastern Britain Workforce, has achieved another milestone in its commitment to empowering skilled workforce in Eastern Britain Province and PNG as a whole. Tamai said PRSWL has a promising future under the leadership of the new board of directors in fostering innovation and advancement in the recruitment and workforce development sectors in the country and abroad. Terry Longwood, TV1 News.
The Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary has joined in the fight against breast cancer with the hosting of an awareness campaign today in Port Moresby. The RPNGC Pinktober Awareness was hosted through a sausage sizzle and the selling of customized T-shirts at the Boroko Police Station car park. All proceeds will go towards the work of breast cancer awareness in the country.
To commemorate the Pinktober Breast Cancer Awareness campaign, the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, or RPNGC, has hosted a sausage sizzle and sold customized T-shirts that will go towards supporting the breast cancer awareness. Pinktober is an annual international health campaign organized by major breast cancer charities every October to increase awareness of the disease and raise funds for research into its cause, prevention, diagnosis, treatment and cure. The RPNG, as law enforcers, joined today to advocate about the damaging effect of this disease and at the same time help the fight against it. The Deputy Commissioner of Police, Joanne Clarkson, said police officers are involved in stressful work to keep communities safe, and it is incumbent upon the officers, including the members of the public, to seek early medical help if and when there are symptoms of cancer.
We have a pretty stressful job already as it is, trying to keep not only Port Moresby safe, but I guess the rest of the country as well. So In terms of the constabulary, we're going to keep, trying to do this every year and show our support.
Clarkson said the main barrier while many people die from cancer is because people often are ashamed to talk about this issue.
Often shy away from getting to know ourselves as in our bodies well and being aware of changes in our bodies. It's taboo to talk about these sorts of things. That's one of the barriers that then leads to us not finding out early enough.
Meanwhile, the medical oncologist of Port Moresby General Hospital, Peter O'Lally, said breast cancer is a common disease that affects most women in PNG. He said the government has now seen the need and is building the cancer facility in Port Moresby to help women seek help.
It's not just on the opposition government side, but the opposition also supporting that. So everybody is supporting this center to be up. Not just our new government, current government, but we had the previous government who also committed and they started the project, and the current government is also pursuing it to complete it. So that's the support that we are getting from the government.
Holali added that oral, breast and cervical cancers are now the main cancers in PNG. This is the second awareness campaign hosted by the RPNGC. Last year, they raised about 10,000 kina, which they donated to the PNG Cancer Foundation. Trace Sipa, TV1 News.
The 10,000 kina raised by the RPNGC last year helped a lot of cancer patients at the Port Moresby General Hospital. Medical oncologist Peter O'Lally said the money supported most of the cancer patients, especially the disadvantaged ones, to pay for their drugs.
Thank you very much, Police Department. Last year, you guys donated about 10,000. We deposited that into the POMGen Trust account, and it really helped a lot for our cancer patients. There are people who are able to pay for drugs, but there are the other ones who come from the villages, very poor people who cannot afford to pay for basic cancer drugs. There are some drugs that are available in our hospital, but there are other ones that we run out of. That money really helps in helping those patients, so thank you very much for your help.
And now with the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2695 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2620 $0.4118 Australian dollars, $0.2406 euro and 39.08 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, cocoa, copra, palm oil and crude oil closed higher, while gold, coffee and copper closed lower. And the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. This is TV1 News. When we return, we'll have news from overseas. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses?
Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and the New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Back towards the centre, accelerates to Ruber, he's over the line and he gets the ball down.
Hi, I'm Darren Robertson, an expat pom, chef and part owner of the Three Blue Ducks in the Sydney beachside suburb of Bronte. A few years ago, I started thinking about making a shift towards more sustainable cooking, but I've become fascinated with cooking over simple fire or hot coals. I just want to see how far I can push that theory and what these simple elements can help me create.
So welcome to my charcoal kitchen. Let's light the fires, stoke the coals and get cooking.
Welcome back. A 17-year-old boy is among a group detained inside the Regional Processing Center on the remote Pacific island of Nauru. He is one of 11 people who were taken there this month under the offshore processing system set up by Australia. It's the first group of people transferred to Nauru since 2014.
We know that just under 2 months ago, this particular group arrived, attempted to arrive by boat to Australia, and they were brought to the Nauru Processing Centre about a month or two ago. We're aware that there's about 11 people in this group. One of them is a 17-year-old boy with their mother. We're also aware that there's been at least one self-harm attempt that's been made by a member of this group. Now, they're being held under very secretive conditions. The government has, other than confirming the fact that these 11 people are held there, there's been very little other information that's been able to get out. And in fact, it's they've been there for almost 2 months, but it was only last week in Senate estimates that it was even confirmed that they were there.
So little information. What exactly has the government had to say?
So the government has acknowledged that an asylum seeker vessel did attempt to arrive and to enter Australian waters, and we're aware that they were brought to the centre. They're also being held at the processing centre, what's described as the in the sort of reception area. So they're not allowed to leave that part of the facility. And this is, of course, the processing centre that was effectively empty up until earlier today. So it's significant that there's anyone on this centre for the first time, and we're trying to understand a bit more about them.
And Paul, what support are they receiving?
Well, that's something that's really unclear as well. It's unclear yet whether any of these individuals are intending or have made protection claims or asylum claims. There's a number of legal groups in Australia that provide support to asylum seekers who have been held on Nauru and on Manus Island historically, and none of them have actually been able to make contact with any of the individuals with this group. That's not to say someone else might not be providing them with some assistance, but at the moment there's quite a bit of uncertainty about what exactly the nature of their claims, if any, will be, and some of those legal groups are calling on a bit more transparency about around them being there.
2 people have died and 32 homes have been destroyed by a bushfire burning on Queensland's Western Downs. While conditions have eased in that area, a warning has been issued for a fast-moving bushfire north of Mount Isa. Residents on Lake Mundara Road have been told it's not safe to return to their properties.
Yeah, that's right, Karina. So there was a leave immediately notice put out a little bit earlier on for Lake Mundara, which is about 20 minutes drive north of Mount Isa City. That has since been downgraded to a watch and act, but not safe to return warning that is in place now. But that lake, it's actually a lake that's 20 minutes drive from Mount Isa. There's a lot of walking tracks around that area. It's hard to actually get in there, so it's very inaccessible. So it's understood that water bombers were going to be used today to try and extinguish that blaze. And really the conditions, as we heard from Toby, have eased right across the state in some areas, but we do have still extreme fire conditions and high fire conditions for most of the state, and really extreme fire conditions out west today. And we saw a couple of fires spark up around, well, there was one in the Scenic Rim, which is southwest of Brisbane at Arndella. That sparked up yesterday, and we saw another one in far north Queensland at Mareeba, which also popped up. But both of those are now at a lower level, at a stay informed level. And there's a fire that a lot of people have been talking about, Karina, that's been at Carnarvon Gorge. This is a monster fire that has been burning for about a month. But the thing with this fire is that there's no people around this area. It's a national park. This fire has burnt through, the figures are 160,000 hectares of land, and the fire front on this one is about 480 kilometres. Just gives you the scale of this. So that shows that this fire season started very, very early. We did hear a little bit earlier on about from Peter Hollier from the Rural Fire Service of Queensland. He spoke about some of the dry lightning strikes that have started some of these fires.
Now the challenge is storms again. So we had storms the night before last, we had storms last night. Every time we're receiving storms, we're getting dry lightning that's occurring. Out of that dry lightning, we're getting new ignitions, new fires. So even this morning, as we speak, 20 fires in total across the state. Yes, we've had over 400 odd this week, which has been challenging. But if we don't get on top of the new ignitions and get on top of the quick while the weather's favourable, particularly on the coast, we need to make sure that we keep those fires small and get them under control.
Yeah, really difficult conditions for fire crews. What are conditions like across the state, Michael?
Yes, so we do have, a lot of high fire danger areas for most of the state of Queensland, really, and it's really just out west that we have that extreme fire danger. But right now in Brisbane, where I am, it's definitely a lot cooler than it has been, and we've got cooler conditions here. But that's not the case for a lot of the state today. So look, the fire crews, they'll be busy again today and heading into the weekends and next week as well, when we've got those temperatures going right back up right across the state. But this week alone, Karina, 420 fires. That's around 420 fires. That's what Queensland fire crews have had to deal with.
Police in Victoria have seized hundreds of knives which they say were being sold to youth gang members. Investigators today raided 2 shops and a factory in Melbourne's southeast, where they allegedly uncovered a cache of weapons, contraband and drugs.
Police swooped on properties in Narre Warren and Boronia and a factory in Dandenong South. Now, when they got there, they allegedly found 402 prohibited weapons, including fake guns, samurai swords, zombie knives, knuckled nut dusters, butterfly knives. They also found cartons of cigarettes, cannabis, methamphetamine, and get this, about 17,000 vapes worth about $460,000. Now, this cache of weapons, which were allegedly found by police, they're estimating that is up to $250,000 in street value. Let's have a listen about where police say those weapons were going.
They're making profit out of selling these types of weapons to our youth gang offenders who use it in circumstances where there's higher and more dangerous crime. So in this account, it's a good news story around getting them off the street. But if there's others out there undertaking that activity, we're looking and we're coming.
Have police arrested anyone?
They have two people. A man from his 50s in Cranbourne North has been arrested. They're expecting to charge him with possessing and selling prohibited weapons. A second man from Narre Warren North has been arrested but has been released pending further investigation.
And what's behind the raids?
This all has to do with youth crime and gang crime here in Victoria. Police say that in the last year they've arrested hundreds of gang members, and they've reduced that number, but there is still a core group, what they call a recidivist group, which has been arrested more than 10 times. Police say there are a group of about 80 of those. And now it remains to be seen whether today's raids and these arrests will make a difference on street level, Gemma.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next with Rex. Stay tuned.
All children have rights. Be part of the Children's Voices Challenge. If you are between the age of 6 and 17 and would like to raise your voice, share your views and future wishes on how best you can make a difference and improve our country, we want to hear from you. Be part of the Children's Voices Challenge. You can submit the following: artwork, video or pictures, podcast or songs, poetry, written form, social media campaign, web page, flat and one-page website. Make sure that the videos, podcasts or songs are not more than 2 minutes long. Written pieces including poems, letters or blogs are not more than 1,000 words. And a social media campaign has not more than 4 social media posts. Your voice is important. Your voice is the future. The Children's Voices Challenge deadline is Tuesday, 31st October 2023.
The All Blacks will play in a record 5th World Cup final. They have come from behind and they will defend their Rugby World Cup title. Murray for the line, over for another try. Australia are pulling all the tricks out in a powerful display. Kicks for Staggs, that is a one play. So good at creating space there. Interesting kick. There's another try for the Kiwis.
It takes a lot to be a rodeo kid. Some people let nerves get to them, some people don't.
She don't take losing very well.
It does make a mama nervous.
It's gonna happen. You just don't know when or how bad it's gonna be.
It's good in the rodeo industry to have a very short memory.
Kid Rodeo, a brand new series coming soon on Outdoor.
Thanks for staying with us. In sports, Warren Moon has been appointed new head coach of PNG men's national football team for the 2023 Pacific Games in Honiara, Solomon Islands. Moon's tenure is on a short term. He will be in charge of the team for 3 months as the appointment focuses on 2 key objectives: leading the national men's football team to the 17th Pacific Games in Solomon Islands and help PNGFA create a national development program. Moon expressed his enthusiasm for the new challenges and said he is honored to be given the opportunity to lead the Papua New Guinea men's national football team to the regional event. PNGFA President John Carpinato said Warren Moon's appointment is an important step towards strengthening and developing football in Papua New Guinea. The PNG women national football team received financial assistance of 7,690 kina from Remington Group of Companies yesterday. The money will be used to purchase football boots for the players as they prepare for the 2023 Pacific Games. The assistance follows the appointment of Colin McNamara, the long-serving employee of Remington, as new team manager for PNG women's national football team. PNG women's national team manager Colin McNamara said the footballers are proud to have received the assistance from Remington Group of Companies. They will use the money to buy their soccer boots.
Taking the step to, sponsor us with the soccer boots, it plays a very big, vital role, especially in now the preparations we're having for the games, and it will really help the girls prepare. And
She said although there have been challenges, she enjoyed her time with the team. Supporting female athletes in sports and promoting equal participation at work has been what the Remington Group of Company has been promoting.
Now, this is the first time that we've been able to find an opportunity to support because this is at the national level and a very worthy cause. But generally speaking, we don't support sport, but in this case, women's sport, women's national level, PNG, going away to the South Pacific Games, what a great opportunity for us to help in some small way. There'll be bigger sponsors out there than us, but we try and do meaningful things. So if you haven't got boots, it's pretty hard to run out on the pitch, isn't it? So that's what we want to do.
Although it was the first time for Remington Group of Companies to support this sporting code, the company is proud to be supporting the female athletes and to see them success at the Pacific Games. Meanwhile, the PNG women's national football team has been in preparation camp for the Pacific Games and they are ready for the event. The PNG women's national football team head coach Federica Sakete says her side is training well in preparation for the 2023 Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands and she is expecting a positive result. Sakete said the footballers are camp and will be trimmed down to 23 at the end of the training camp. Footballers in Momase, Highlands and New Guinea Islands regions are expected to join the camp shortly. The coach said she is hoping the Women's National Soccer League Grand Final is completed soon so that she can have all the players in the camp in time ahead of the first match on November 17, 2023. Meanwhile, Coach Shatake is grateful for the assistance from the Remington Group of Companies who presented the team 7,690 kina. While addressing visiting Hungarian president at a media conference today, Prime Minister James Marape also extended his best wishes to the two Melanesian rugby league rivals, PNG and Fiji, facing off in the Pacific Championship Play Challenge in Port Moresby this Sunday.
We'll be sending a big contingent to go and support the Pacific Games. We're preparing for the Pacific Games. I want to commend all the athletes who are preparing. Wherever you have prepared well, your government will ensure that you travel there to participate in the Pacific Games that is coming up. For Sunday also, I want to firstly thank Australia taxpayers and government for staging the Pacific tournament for Rugby League. The last game this weekend in this leg of tournament is between Fiji Bati and PNG Kumul. The two Melanesian brothers will go head-to-head. May the best team win. I'm the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea. I wish PNG Kumul victory also, but nonetheless, I'm the big brother of the Pacific. Fiji are also my brothers and sisters there, so I wish them also all the very best.
When you think of rugby rivalries, no contest brings to mind quicker than the enduring rivalry between the All Blacks and Springboks. New Zealand booked an unprecedented fifth World Cup final appearance after blowing away Argentina 44-6 at the Stade de France. A week after successfully emerging from a thunderous quarter-final against Ireland, this resembled more of a training ground exercise for the All Blacks against opponents, who were a shadow of the side that edged out Wales. South Africa pulled off a great escape to come from 9 points behind and beat England 16-15 at the death on Saturday, keeping alive their title defence at the Rugby World Cup, setting up a blockbuster final against the fiercest rival New Zealand. One of them will win a record fourth Rugby World Cup, and after England's agonising exit, the trophy is once again set to stay in the Southern Hemisphere. Weather forecast for the main centres for the next 24 hours.
Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms becoming scattered over inland Gulf, Central and Milne provinces. Port Moresby, partly cloudy with chances of few showers. Omase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, Lae, few showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain. Buka, few showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, few showers and possible thunderstorms. Pacific Ocean, seas light with easterly winds of 10 to 15 knots. Waters of Finchafan through Vitias Dampier Strait to CSC Long Islands, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters.
And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.